get all the news from WTCN TV's expanded news gathering facility.
WTCN TV, Channel 11.
This is KARE 11 News at 10.
It has been nearly a year since someone murdered Ann Dunlap. Since then, her husband Brad has been the prime suspect. But now, is it time to publicly clear his name? For any number of reasons, many people want to believe Brad Dunlap killed his wife.
But in tonight's extra compelling reasons to believe he didn't. Those reasons include a civil lawsuit recently filed by Brad Dunlap. Also, Ann Dunlap's parents share new information about a very important piece of evidence. Tonight, several experts and the people who know Ann and Brad Dunlap best make a case for his innocence. Here's KARE 11's Mark Daly.
I think about her a lot, and especially when we're running.
Ann Barbara Dunlap's friends say it's like they've been running a torturous marathon.
All of us think about her every day.
With no finish line in sight.
Even after almost a year, it just doesn't seem like it's true.
And in the race to find her killer, Ann somehow got left behind.
I miss her smile, and I miss her stories, and I miss her thumbs up, thumbs down movie reviews. That's what she did for us on Saturday morning, so we ran.
It's hard to believe that she's really gone. I keep on thinking she's just going to be here today.
I do very well if I can go for an hour without thinking of the nightmare and the horror of it all.
In an exclusive interview with KARE 11 News this week, Ann's parents, Don and Louise Barber, talked about everything, from their personal grief to the police investigation and why they still believe their son-in-law, Brad Dunlap, couldn't possibly have killed Ann.
There was so much love given all the time. They were best friends.
Thinking about her being gone is very hard for me. I mean, you know, it's tough. I'm sorry. No.
Despite his emotional denials, from the day police found Ann stabbed to death in the trunk of her own car, police considered Brad a suspect. The motive, they say, was a $1 million insurance policy, more than enough money to pay for Brad and Ann's dream house in Medina. And the potential evidence against Brad? Blood found in the Barber's garage just days after Ann was killed.
The human blood found was consistent with that of Ann Barbara Dunlap.
Police clearly believe the blood in the garage was evidence Ann was killed by someone she knew, someone like Brad. But what police didn't make clear to the public is how little blood there was, or how long before the murder the blood may have been in the garage.
They did tell us that they didn't know how old it was, that it could have been a month old, but they didn't think it was probably as old as 6 months.
So you're saying it was irrelevant?
Well, yes.
Don Barber showed us the tiny areas where investigators chipped away blood-speckled concrete. Hardly evidence of a gruesome murder scene, Barber says.
To me, it doesn't mean anything. It's a non-issue.
Her family remains convinced that Ann went to the Mall of America the afternoon she disappeared, and that someone who she encountered at the mall killed her.
Is there any part of you that wonders at all whether Brad did this?
None.
No, absolutely not. He couldn't.
No.
He just couldn't.
Last month, Brad Dunlap filed this lawsuit against Chubb Life to collect the $1 million the company so far has failed to release. Chubb says it's merely conducting a routine review before making any payment. But an insurance law expert says Chubb's review is anything but routine.
The review obviously would be very similar to a criminal investigation. It would be determining whether there are facts to prove that the beneficiary was the one who was involved in the murder.
And these two criminal defense experts agree. Brad would be foolish to file a civil lawsuit if he were guilty of murder.
One thing about a civil case is that it can have a tendency to backfire against the person that initiates the civil lawsuit.
That is, he'd be required to answer questions under oath for hours and sometimes days in a deposition. And if he slipped up, that evidence could be used against him in a criminal proceeding.
Plus, insurance companies cooperate with the police all the time and will undoubtedly make information available that comes forth in the civil case.
The experts also agree the fact that Brad is supported by so many of Ann's family and friends is significant.
These people usually would know if there was anything amiss in the relationship.
He is the nicest man in the world, and we all thought that before any of this happened, and now that this has happened, it even just confirms it even more. He loves Ann very much. He still wears his wedding ring.
The friends add that life for Brad has been a living hell ever since Ann was killed.
He'll go to a bar and someone will say, "Oh, you're the guy that killed your wife." That is disgusting.
Brad was out jogging one morning and some young woman actually spit upon him.
The Barbers, too, have been treated unkindly. Last January, police seized 2 winter coats belonging to the family as evidence.
Got to be fall, and we were hoping we could have our winter coats back.
So I called in maybe September, and he said that we're not going to get any of the things, and so you better just go out and buy yourself new jackets.
Why do they need your coat?
I can't think of any reason.
As for the dream house Ann and Brad were building, it's finished now, but it belongs to someone else.
I moved back with my 2 boys, and we're very, very excited about being here and looking forward to a nice cold winter.
Former Minnesota Twins pitcher Bert Blyleven owns the house now, but losing the house obviously means nothing. Losing Ann is the only thing that really matters. Now, her family just wants to help Brad get a little back of what he's lost.
He's living such a hard life now. His reputation has been shattered. His whole life is gone, and he at least deserves a little kindness.
Absolutely.
Brad Dunlap still lives with his wife's parents and still attends grief counseling with them. Friends say he's not dating anyone. He's now back to work, but friends say he can't go anywhere in public without being harassed. Paul and Di?
You know, Mark, there's another piece of evidence that the investigation focused on for quite some time, and that was the water bottle that had the sticker price tag on it that was missing the digit, so I think it just said 156 or 176 or whatever it was. What about that?
You're right about that, Paul. At first, police thought that was a key piece of evidence, that whoever killed Ann Dunlap bought that water bottle on the day that she was killed. Now the Barbers tell me that the police have conceded to them that they think that water bottle was purchased a long time before Ann was murdered, and so that it's no longer considered to be a key piece of evidence at all.
All right. Thank you.